All right, welcome everybody to an E2g Dry run here at Scotties Pub, 202 Pleasant Street in Fall River. We are just about, about 72 hours, give or take, away from 72 and a half hours approximately from our podcast with the one and only Sean Thornton. And we are looking forward to that, ironing through some of the kinks. Buddy and I are really set. I'm going to read the book tonight, get all the stuff settled in. Buddy, right next to me.
I read the book.
How you feeling, man?
First time I've read a book without cliff notes, so it was that good.
I love that. Dry sense of humor. Anyway, him and I are pretty geeked. Lots going on. Sean's got the new book out. Great career. 2 Stanley Cups, 1 in Anaheim. He works for the Panthers now, but we're looking forward specifically here in the Northeast region and specifically Fall River, Massachusetts, Southeast Massachusetts, what his time was like with the Boston Bruins. And I didn't realize, buddy, until I read the forward that how close he and Tuukka Rask are.
Yeah, that's his best friend. He's on the board. And anybody who's watching this, we need feedback.
Yeah.
Are you hearing echoes? Does the sound in the room sound good?
Right.
We need to talk louder. We need to talk softer. That's why we're doing this. We want to do 2 dry runs so everything is perfect Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this place is ready for you. God, I probably cried twice today. Just the T-shirt is unbelievable. We have a banner. This is going to be so professionally done.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of everybody who was involved in this. You guys truly are the best. You're the best employees in the world. You're just all just such great people, and everybody just cares, and it's awesome.
Yeah. We've got a good crew. We've got a good staff, good support system, a good ensemble, as they would say, in theater. But what I'm looking forward to, buddy, this is our first major.
Louder?
Louder? Echo. Okay.
It echoes? All right, so this is inside baseball, people. So we got to have a certain amount of people here at 4:45 to drown out the echo.
Yep.
And then bring people in little by little.
Right.
So there's background noise. All right, cool.
That's good. So at least we know that.
Who's the Facebook user who said echo? Thank you. I don't see your name. A lot of it might be his. So that's going to be the thing. We're going to have headphones, so you're not going to hear this. So this is going to be done in a few days. And that's going to be the thing. We're going to have headphones.
Well, are we going to hold on? Oh, so
you have somebody cutting wood on your phone? He's got a chainsaw fetish.
So the echoes will go away when we have headphones.
Yep. And we're going to have the banner in the background. The photo booth here.
Right. To absorb some
people here. So we're going to have a lot of the tables. So that's going to absorb a lot of the anything. The bar, Patrick will be here. Great bartender. Yeah, so that'll change everything. I mean, it's just the 3 of us in a room right now.
Yeah, lots of.
So this is.
And we're also both talking into our 2 mics. Right.
Yeah, and you have a chainsaw fetish.
Well, don't say fetish there, man.
That's a little weird.
I have no problem.
It's a weird one.
I have no problem talking about fetishes, but there is none consisting anything to do with chainsaws.
I have a lot of cousins, Facebook user, but thank you.
Yeah,
let me know which one you are so we can say thank you.
And if you want to remain parts unknown, just say we like to remain just parts unknown.
Whatever. We're gonna sit here and BS for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're sold out Friday night. There's a few tickets maybe available
let me ask you a question.
Through somebody. Ron Michaels, love you, brother. Thank you for tapping in.
We're sold out up here. Can people still come to Scotties and dine?
Yeah.
Open for
and there's going to be a Coors Light event downstairs who is also going to be talking about Sean Thornton. And it'll just be a long evening of fun.
He's scheduled till about 10 o'clock. So we're going to have him here around 5.
Sean, it ain't till 10.
Right. So minimum 5 to 10. So you're looking at 5 hours. So if you're anywhere in the building, we're sold out up here. If you come into Scotties downstairs, dine at some of their great food, sample one of their 30-plus beers on tap.
No, it's 80.
80 beers on tap.
And, of course,
plus bottles.
Product.
Right. We have this guy. See, this is why we need the anchor. This guy can, drink like a fish out of water.
That's nice. It's a nice thing to say. All right, brother. Love you. Thank you.
See you, Joe. Thank you, man. No, I'm teasing.
So what do we want to talk about? A little NFL throw in right now? Guys are getting cut right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Moves are happening. The franchise tag can be applied right now. And there are teams that need to get under the cap. New Orleans Saints.
For 2 years now.
Yeah. How they're going to pull this off? Good luck, man.
But there's a way to manage the cap, though, right? If you can you be financially creative enough to do that? We saw it here in New England. Kansas City did it a couple of years ago with all the big guys. So there's a way to achieve it unless you're really, really, really backed up.
Well, when you're 71 over.
How do you?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And you have a lot of guys getting paid and a lot of – when you learn to read contracts, they're upside down a lot in New Orleans. It's pretty amazing.
They put their eggs in baskets and it hasn't paid off, unfortunately.
I can truly say Drew Brees screwed that franchise.
No question.
Oh, he bent them over a table.
He shouldn't have been there the last year. He should have retired because the team was caught in that situation where he's solidified in the region. He's New Orleans' favorite son with a Super Bowl, so they didn't want to cut him. But there should have been some sort of understanding. We need to move on without you, Drew, because we need to focus on the next 4 or 5 years. And they didn't do it.
They got to have a crap year next year where they cut a lot of guys, trade a lot of guys, make things. My mom, I hear an echo. Yes, that's because we don't have the headphones on. And we're going to work on the echo as far as people being here. We're going to scatter it about. So we've got a plan for that. Thank you very much.
Right.
But no, they may have to go to the bottom of the barrel for a little while and cut some guys who are very good. Now, guys who get cut now are free agents right away.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to wait till the league new year. So this is where you hear about visits and you're like, is that tampering? No,
not anymore.
Nope. They're free agents. They're street free agents. And they're free to go out there and visit everybody and find out what's going on. And they get their pay from the team that cut them and new money from the team that signs them. It's a pretty interesting world. So it's a balance. It's a big time balance.
Who's going to get the tag here in New England? Jackson?
I don't know. I think they're going to try to do something long term with him. I think they like him more than they liked Malcolm Butler, just because of the off the field. Jackson really – that was the problem, was the off the field issues.
It had to be.
That's why Jackson wasn't drafted, but, man, he was talented at Florida and just really grew. He really grew as a player. And we saw the difference between him the day after Christmas last year, getting burned by Stephon Diggs, and what he was this year was big. It was coaching, was film work. Him knowing he needs to get paid, so playing better. So we'll see what happens there. He's an interesting player.
Is Bobby going to reach into his wallets once again? He's going to have to, right?
Yeah.
He did it last year, and he let the world know about it.
Oh yeah.
He made it no bones that the biggest financial commitment from him since they've been in this 20-plus year run of success. And he let everybody know about it. And I was surprised he would do it. You and I went back and forth on different shows saying maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. You said he had to, and I said he's got to do it in order for me to believe that he has to actually do it. And he did it. But does he do it again where they have to? Because you have a guy under center you think is going to be your cornerstone. We don't know fully yet, but all early returns show us that maybe he is the guy. So your offense is built around them, and you still got some pieces that you're going to lose on defense, and you can build around. But buddy, can we make it? This is a few. The Patriots still are a few years away. Do you think?
Yeah. They're a few years away. There's receiving talent. They got to turn over the roster a little bit more. Veterans, the young guys. This is an important draft because they have the 21st pick. They're not picking at 21. There is a lot of trained out opportunity this year to build up. Yeah. And the meat of this draft is after about pick 45 to about 150. There's a lot of really good quality NFL players who will make an impact.
I was going to say there's a lot of mid-round talent in this draft.
Yes. The quarterback talent in this draft is not that good. I still think Sam Howell's the best quarterback in this draft. you take away everything that he had taken away from him, and he went out there and just had a tough season. And it happens, and we see this happening, guys.
Facebook user. Looks like Aaron Rodgers is saying goodbye to the Packers in a new Instagram post, or is he just having fun? Boy, that may be the $64,000 question, because social media has become a cryptic avenue for athletes. We saw it with Gronk, we see it with Brady, we saw it with Rodgers. This happened overnight. Basically saying bye to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other rumors that say it looks like things are going to be okay in Green Bay. What's your gut feeling? Is he going to pack a uniform next year?
I'm just going to put this simply. If I'm him, Russell Wilson, Teddy Bridgewater, who I think is another guy who's available to be moved, Kirk Cousins, I want to stay in the NFC. Because look at those top three guys. And then top three, screw that.
In the
top
AFC?
five.
Easily.
I'm not even going to number them, but you got Mahomes, you got Allen, you got Burrow, you have Justin Herbert, who didn't make the playoffs, who, if you watch that last game of the year, what a performance.
Nobody's talking about. He's like so far into the radar right now, right?
He
With
is.
Burrow did in the Super Bowl.
Flying. And Mac Jones here. Zach Wilson is still growing. I think Zach Wilson is still going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he has good coaching.
Yep. But that talent-wise, that Jet team is closer than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah, they got some pieces. They got some really good pieces. There was a lot of feeling out process this year with that organization. And, you lose Carl Lawson before the season, your edge rusher, your big pay edge rusher. Right. You got top picks this year, 2 first-round picks. If they hit home runs, they're a scary team too.
Good point. Yeah, so the AFC East is shaping up to be an actual division.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo's there. And, we looked last year at a coach who went to Dallas and Dan Quinn, right? That was a big acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Brady's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You're a big Joe Brady guy with what he did at LSU.
Joe Brady honk.
And
I'm his biggest fan.
When he signed with Buffalo, I was with you, and you were like, "Oh my God!"
I was so
you would, but what happened? The Bills just inked Joe Brady as a successor. And
to Brian Daboll, yeah.
So you're Josh Allen, and you go from Daboll to Brady.
Joe Brady.
That is seamless.
Let's just say, who built Joe Burrow?
Brady.
Took him from a guy who was a 4th-round pick, LSU backup, transfer, and turned him into this legend national championship.
Yep.
And a lot of that was Joe Brady. And a lot of that came from Sean Payton. So it's like the tree, so you got to connect the leaves.
And we saw Burrow and LSU with all those weapons, how he had to manage that and how he controlled the line of scrimmage, controlled the offense. With that many weapons, it's now transferred into the NFL. We saw it this year.
Yep.
Josh Allen under Daboll, little raw but talented, worked with him, made him a better quarterback. Joe Brady steps in, his mentor, his tutor, his coach, with a team that has a lot of weapons as well.
Right.
Perfect scenario.
That's the Bengals getting there this year was pretty big because they got some talent on that roster. They got to go Anaheim Angels. You know what the Anaheim Angels did in the MLB draft, right?
Yeah.
20 rounds, 20 pitchers. Like, we're going to figure out our pitching. We're going to throw every egg at pitching, and whoever survives is on the roster in a few years making money. I feel they got to do that with corner and linemen.
Because they have one pick, the 31st pick up, 32nd, and then it's one pick every round for the 7 rounds. So you're looking at a team with, at least right now, 7 picks. How many of those picks have to be offensive linemen?
I'd go 3.
Okay.
Easily. Because a few years ago, they needed help at linebacker, and they went 3 deep at linebacker. Wilson, Akeem, Davis Gaither, and I can't remember his name, but he's a special teams maven for them, filling backup. But they went 3 deep. They threw their eggs in the basket.
Right.
They really did it. So.
This is where the old Bengals become the new Bengals, when they protect the guy, because 102 sacks in 2 seasons. 1 ripped up ACL, ripped up knee. He was dinged up again, and pretty significant injury in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, he's got an MCL thing, but
right. So
he's probably going to need some work.
So here's the deal: young offensive linemen sometimes need to gel with the team. So you You take a young offensive line with Cincinnati next year and say they gel mid-season. You can't afford that if you're the Bengals because you can't have Burrow get sacked 20 times in the first 6-7 games, right?
Right.
You can't have that. So you need impact offensive linemen from the get-go next year.
Yeah. So 31 has to be an offensive lineman. And probably a third-round pick. Second round, get a corner. Because you don't need to see Eli Apple or freaking Vernon Hargreaves. Oh, God, I'd like to punch him in the face. What an idiot. I'm so glad he got fined.
Yeah.
What a complete asshat. Just to do that to your team. He killed a lot of momentum.
I know he did.
He really did. Any questions, throw them up there, folks. Anything you hear, anything you're thinking?
Yeah, well, like I said, this is where it's going to happen on Friday night. Scotty's Pub, 202 Pleasant Street in Farver. Like I said, we're going to have here with Sean Thornton, book signing, meet and greet, photos, yada, 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 from 5 to at least 10 p.m. But there's a lot going on downstairs. So if you want to get in the building somehow, come to Scotty's. There's a Coors Light promotion downstairs. So Friday, this corner, this part of Fall River, this block is going to be rocking. No question about it.
So I can say we got a little thing going with Coors Light.
Yeah,
what they did for the banner.
Oh,
wait until you see the banner, people. We're gonna let Sean have it, and if he doesn't want it, we'll auction it off for the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Have him sign it and auction it off for the foundation. The banner is unreal.
It's kick-ass.
I didn't even know what to say. I really didn't.
Yeah, you didn't need to. You didn't have to.
No, just take it all in.
Well done, detailed. You can tell a lot of work is put into this.
Yes, just for the event. I mean, we've been working on this since September 30th.
Yeah.
Just to have this happen.
Yeah, exactly. We got feelers out to some news affiliates in the area, so hopefully get some response from them. But speaking on behalf of Buddy, I'm sure he'll support, is that this is a big step in our growth here at E2g Sports, E2gsports.com and the network, and we're all over the place, and we're trying to solidify something with Sean. We've got a great relationship. We're partners. He's on our E2gsports.com website. So this is our first time we're really talking. I know you've met him. I haven't. So we're looking forward to something that is really going to help us to continue to grow. So I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking at it as a challenge and sort of a building block, if you will.
Let's talk about one of our other friends, Jarvis Green.
Yep.
Let's promote you, Jarvis. We love you, man. What a time we had at his event a few weeks ago.
Yep. Ocean 97. And I tell people all the time, if you go on ocean97.com and you don't know Jarvis like we do, they has the recipes. To scroll down, it tells you all about him and his work ethic and how he threw himself into that scenario, looking what happened from the ground up to the top. So that tells you what his work ethic is like, and he can, as you saw at that event, he knows how to work a room.
Oh my God. It was Sarah, where are you? Ashley, where are you? You got to chip in because it was your virgin excursion with Jarvis, getting to experience the full Jarvis effect.
He brought the house down.
Yeah.
He brought the house down. It was a curtain call, better than any curtain call I've seen at that sort of event. But yeah, Jarvis is a good friend of ours. We've been doing a lot of stuff with him. He's been good enough on all of our podcasts, and just check him out. He's on Instagram and Chef to You, and I don't know if you saw the little snippet. And we talked to him about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see the snippet when they called? He was on Insta. I guess the best Super Bowl player of all time was David Tyree. So anyway, they split screen it, and Jarvis is looking at it. He's going like this,
shaking his head. Poor guy, man.
Incidentally, James Harrison's 100-yard fumble return was a better play to me than that was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought the Edelman play was better.
Edelman play. But we talked to Jarvis. He's gotten very emotional about that game
yes,
very early on in our E2G Sports Network.
Talking about that play.
Yep, very emotional, and that sticks with him to this day. And just to see him in that light, to do that, to kind of just mock it was good. But it tells you. Yeah, I know it's weird.
More light. Well, I have more chins than you, so I need more light.
Yeah, but you know why? Because that's.
You want to sit on my lap?
No, thanks.
Hey, I offered.
Sit on my lap talking about the first thing that comes up. Oh, thank you, sir. I may have another.
The rising cost of meat.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, so we'll figure this all out. But maybe it seems like we're in two different spots. No, I know. I'm looking at the screen now. It doesn't look like we're in the same room, but that's all right.
You're tanner than I am. I just came back from
How
a
did that happen?
cruise.
Yeah,
That tells you how non I am. Oh, man.
white boys.
Little bit of feedback. Go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, so Sarah chimed in a little bit. Yeah, we've had that brought to our attention, Sarah, but headphones, people in the room, gatherings, little more crowd noise, if you will, should take a lot of that stuff away.
You got to see how the room is from here, too.
Yeah. See, and we're going to come down here Thursday, do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And go
talk about different things.
Yeah, talk about different things. Go through a dry run and go from there.
I want to give a shout out. I got to find it here.
Give a shout out, man.
So, let me get his name.
A little bit of
It was a
feedback.
pretty awesome fire. Not awesome fire, but
Awesome.
big fire. Yeah, in Middleborough last night. We want to give a big shout out to Trooper John Haggerty. He pulled a resident out of the building. He used the ladder that was on the ground to help residents escape the top floor window. The trooper was treated for smoke inhalation.
Congratulations.
I'm just going to put it this simply. We have a few tickets available. Anybody know who's Trooper Haggerty? He wants to be here Friday night. He is sitting right up here with us.
Absolutely.
Because we'll take true heroes any day of the week.
No question.
So any of my friends in police departments or state police or whatever, the offer is out there for him.
Yeah.
He can come sit up here and ask Sean questions. I don't care. But these are the people who matter. We write about sports. This guy's a hero.
That's real life stuff. That's the important stuff, if you will.
So anybody who can get us in touch with him, if he's a Bruins fan, Sean Thornton fan that just wants a night out because he freaking deserves it, we're here.
Thank you for your service there, man. Appreciate it. Sarah got a shout out. What's up, Sarah?
Sarah, lovely Sarah.
One of our pillars.
Oh, my God. So you know how I met Sarah, right?
I think she.
It wasn't Tinder. Stop the rumors.
No. She went on. She had posted something on the E2g site saying how you kind of ran into each other and talked about how good you guys have become friends. So you take it from me.
So I went after my dad passed away. One of the things he wanted to do, he wanted to go to Gillette Stadium one time. So I grabbed tickets, and unfortunately, he passed away 3 days before that, and he was in no condition to go. So we were sitting right behind Chris, Tommy, the crew. I went with Sarah and Arena, my two sisters. Oh, we had an unbelievable day, and I got to my seat, and I stood there, and I looked over, and there's this shorter, nice woman by me, and she looks at me, and I said, "Don't worry, I don't bite." You know, that's a typical Buddy Andre thing. I break the ice.
Talk about a line. Yeah.
Like nobody else. That's how I break the ice. Like, I go for your jugular. And we just hit it off, her and her brother-in-law. And I've been up to their area. I've met her neighbors. Like, the neighborhood is taking me in. Like, it's a little, like, pet dog, you know, thing. And she wasn't working. Yeah, flea collar. Yeah. She wasn't working, so. And you do social media? You have HR background? You know me.
Yep.
I want good people here. I don't care what your background is.
And she's a bull. She's a bull. You're a workhorse. I'll give you that.
Resumes don't impress me. Notice I never asked for anybody's resume. I never asked for anybody's resume. There's nothing in the world more than, can I see your resume? No. Meet me.
Right. That's how you know.
Learn me. Period.
Right. It's like, and I was talking to my daughter about this today, about, you're in a classroom all your life. You have book knowledge. You can put that down. But when you get out of there, there's life experiences or everything else that you encompass. It brings it into fruition. But you're right. What you see on paper, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. You can't tell personality through a paper, and work ethic through a paper. Granted, it looks good to get you in there, but if you're looking at a resume and you're deciding yes, no, I mean, you may be missing the boat on someone who can really help your cause for whatever you do.
Yeah, you're missing a lot if you're looking at resumes and things like that. You just are. You're missing the big picture. It's personalities that make things go.
No question.
Do you? Hey, we'll go back to our Citadel days, Chip. Did you know anybody's resume? Can you imagine being like a URI grad? Does that make you better than people who went to CSB?
No, not at all. No.
As much as you love yourself, it doesn't matter.
Right.
There's a lot of other elements to it.
No question.
Be as great as somebody like our friend Matt Allen. That's a winner. That's a guy who grinds.
That's it.
Builds himself up.
Yeah, and he could have went to freaking Moses Brown for all I know, and just they didn't do nothing else after that.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter.
I don't know where Matt went to school.
No.
I don't care.
Right.
Because Matt's one of the best talk show hosts in the country.
That's a good point too. When we worked there, we never went, "Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to school?" It came up sometimes in conversation, but people didn't say, "Hey, nice to meet you." By the way, where'd you graduate from? No, it never happened.
No, because that's not the way it was.
No.
I look back at our Citadel days and the grinders, the John Crows. I know he went to URI, right?
Yeah.
Crow, I remember that you went to URI. You can't beat what John Crow is.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you can't. Another person in that building who I love and respect, I haven't talked to in years, is Barbie Joe.
Yes.
Just the way she built herself up. Like she was working assistant promotions, and now she's nighttime big star.
She's an empire now, man.
She's unbelievable.
Yep.
She deserves every bit of it.
Yep. She knows to the grindstone, and just don't look back, and don't take no for an answer, and don't ever say touche, you can't do this. No.
No, there's always opportunity. Somebody will give you a chance.
Yeah.
Just don't quit on yourself. That's the most
That's it.
important thing I can tell you.
Right.
Just keep grinding.
And sometimes the longer the journey, the sweeter the reward.
Oh, you're telling me.
No question about it.
Oh,
No
it's
question.
been a battle, but oh my God, I couldn't be happier. I get texts from people just who work for us.
Random.
Just, hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's a nice
And
one.
don't call me a boss either. I effing hate that.
I know.
I'm not a boss. I'm a founder. I'm part of the company. I may be part owner,
You're one of us.
but I am in the trenches with everybody. I do not have an ego thing going on.
All aboard the Polar Express.
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
Where's that coming? Is that from America? That's weird.
I think there's a flutist.
This is
The
just sound.
hallways.
I think there's sound bouncing around up here, which is what's going on.
Yep. So this is where we know.
Joe
As we
Grant.
do this more, we find out more things, and we need people in here.
All right, here's the one. Can Steeler fans take a whole season of Mason Rudolph? That's not going to happen.
Oh, God.
Mason Rudolph will not be under center to start that year.
I will tell you one thing. One thing he will be. He'll start over Dwayne Haskins. Let me tell you about Dwayne Haskins. You want to talk about guys who got overdrafted
I like
because of where they were.
Yep, I've been into it.
But any player who's throwing early passes because they may be an inactive to wide receivers with a phone to the ear is worth nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you need to talk to? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm throwing passes to Juju Smith-Schuster. He's on the injured reserve, but we're trying to nurse
I know.
him
Who
back.
cares?
Really? You brought your phone? Asshat.
Yeah, so they have they're going free agency, and maybe they'll draft someone, right? They'll draft a
Yeah,
quarterback.
they're drafting at 20, and
Pickett won't be there for Pitt, will he?
he should be.
If
I seriously think
I don't, would you
There's
go
a
with the
possibility.
hometown guy, so to speak? I don't know.
if there's any team that takes a quarterback in the first round, not a good idea.
You're right, but I mean, if you bring it, yeah, you're right. But they're going to go free agency with quarterback, even if they draft someone.
Could be Jimmy G. These,
Aaron
I don't
Rodgers.
think-
Aaron Rodgers a possibility?
I don't think he's going to want to come to the AFC. As I said earlier, there's a lot of young budding guys,
So
and these older guys are going to try to stay in the NFC to get themselves some wins.
then, competition-wise, he should stay right where he wants, right where he is right now.
That would be a good spot for him. Yep, staying in Green Bay, but they hate him there. I talked to a guy on the cruise who was from Green Bay, and I was like, "Is he going?" He goes, "I hope so." They hated him, and they hated Favre too. They
I know they
hated
did.
Favre there.
And what Favre went to Minnesota and had a freaking spectacular season.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of There's going to be some turnover. I think Washington should be a player for any of those.
Yeah.
guys. I think that'd be a nice spot for Aaron Rodgers, to tell you the truth. He's so mouthy and political. That's perfect for him.
Russell Wilson, Seattle.
Yeah.
Really, you think so?
I think Russell Wilson is done there.
He has to be. I mean, they talk about a rebuild mode, and man, say what you want. He's played up until this year. He started every game since he came into the league.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the injury this year.
That was it.
But in reality, they're the fourth best team in that division right now.
Exactly.
And there's really not much they can do to get over to the third spot.
But how much does he have left in the tank?
It's got a little bit. Those scrambling quarterbacks, harder time, but he's avoided big hits.
I know.
He's had one injury.
Yeah, we're getting some.
That's awesome.
It's weird, isn't it? So
set off the smoke detector.
Yeah.
So can whoever is listening right now, I see like the number, just say hi and how things sound and your input, what we can do to improve. That's why we're here. We want this to be flawless on Friday. I may even go to the bathroom right now and let Sun Chips just filibuster.
Go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
I'll handle it.
My mother's here. How they like Mr. Love.
Supposedly he's on the trade block.
Sure.
Really? For Green Bay?
And there was nobody who was a big Jordan Love guy before his last year at Utah State.
Well, the whole Jordan Love thing, he had a shot with the Chiefs in the game against Kansas City. He looked like a deer in the headlights, and that's not what you want to see. But I'll tell you, no, you talk about Jordan Love. I'm not sold on the guy in San Francisco yet, Mr. Trey Lance. I mean, I love the physical skills, but that's a tough situation for Shanahan and the rest of that team because Jimmy G's going to move on. But all they have done with Jimmy G, and he's been skewered and fricasseed and put under a microscope ad nauseum, is win. Say what you want at the glamorous stats, is win. Much more than he loses. You're bringing in a guy, Trey Lance, who they drafted number 3rd overall because they thought he was the guy who has one college game to his career. I'm not so sure it's going to transpire. It may because of the talent, but it is a big jump, and you're putting all your eggs into that basket with a talented roster. San Fran's going to be a very intriguing team where they go because they have the ingredients to get there with a quarterback under center that's pretty justified. I'm not so sure Trey Lance is that guy, buddy.
Going to the bathroom and listening to you was tremendous. But I'm going to tell you, it just hit me now, who Trey Lance kind of reminds me of, and that's Steve McNair. He's kind of a poor man, Steve McNair.
He's bigger though, right? Physical?
McNair was a big dude. But Lance is a big guy, and that's kind of like the comparison I can see. It only hit me just now. But that's what they're going to try to develop him to be.
So Jay, I'm trying to look at, Jay says, "Hi guys, reverse the camera so it looks like you're looking at each other."
The prank Jay and I pulled off in Orlando.
Is he kidding? Jay, are you kidding with this?
I think he's busting balls.
What, like freaking route? It's not like we do it over the shoulder cameras.
I offered for him to sit on my lap.
That's not going to happen.
It'll give it time. He's playing shy. Freaking camera throws him off.
Back feed is coming from Buddy's laptop. And yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, what were you saying before?
McNair?
Yeah.
Kind of a little McNair type thing going on there. We'll see if the growth is the same, especially under Shanahan. The way he was developed. He's laughing.
Shanahan's got a little pressure on him this year for them.
Yeah, I think the guy who I think is on the hot seat is Matt Rule in Carolina. I think that guy's as desperate as anybody out there.
Dude, we talked about Joe Brady earlier.
Yeah.
That was a red flag right there. And talk about a sad organization. They brought Cam Newton in for one reason and one reason only. To sell tickets. And the minute he was signed, they raised the prices. Mm-hmm. So you sacrificed whatever growth you had, whatever youth you had, whatever work ethic and commitment to win you wanted to see. You don't think the players knew that?
Oh, yeah.
There's no question. You sent that team back, Matt Rule, and he did a great job at Baylor, great job at Temple. And he had a chance to resurrect a franchise here with Carolina. Looked like he was doing it. Went all defense last year in the draft to get off to the 3-0 start, fell back down to earth, and you go and do that, and you basically Let's sell tickets instead of winning or committing to
That's what it came down to.
Yeah,
It's
and
pathetic.
He's not long for that job.
No,
not even.
He's gone by week 8 next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an interim guy. And that would have been Joe Brady. They screwed that up.
And Patriot fans, he is walking the sidelines tutoring Josh Allen.
Yep. Wow. And he built Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is Joe Brady's pet project.
The Buffalo organization is pretty solid from top to bottom right now.
Yeah, and they're even spitting guys around the league. Now you're going to have
a little trick.
Buffalo East with the Giants.
Yep.
And that's going to be interesting. So there's going to be some free agents. I think Isaiah McKenzie goes there. They got to fix a lot of things because you got Saquon. Do you want to keep him?
You're Saquon and Jones. You're not Saquon. I mean, Daniel Jones. We have no idea how good he's going to be, and all he's done is regress into Joe Judge. So is Daniel Jones the real thing? I mean, how many more years are you going to experiment with this? Or if you get a chance to get someone in there now that you think is better than him, do you do it, or do you give Daniel Jones a couple more years in a different system?
I think you got to give 1 year under Dayball, and it's gonna. I hope they've started already with film, working on things. The guy's a turnover waiting to happen.
Yeah, no question.
I mean, it's not interceptions, it's not fumbles, it's careless shit.
Exactly.
Not protecting the football.
Nope, just stupid little innuendo stuff that you shouldn't do, and it's like quarterback 101.
Yeah, and that's where. He was the Manning's pet project, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Came from Duke, and he was supposed to be polished. I don't see it.
No,
I don't see it at all. And hopefully Dayball can grab him. But I look at it, how much body difference is there between Jones and Allen? And there's a lot of similar things they do. He's like the Brand X version of Allen,
right?
But he's got a lot of those abilities.
He does.
And it's a matter of fostering that and teaching it and just getting it going.
And Dayball's the guy with what he did with Josh Allen, right?
Yeah, and don't forget at Alabama.
Yep, too. That's right.
Everything he developed at Alabama.
So, for our New York listeners, who's closer now to the playoffs, the Jets or the Giants?
I'm going to say the Giants because I can't say
because of the conference. I think the Jets are
because there's three teams out west of the playoff teams. Yeah, but if the Packers, that's going to be – what's that division going to look like without Aaron Rodgers? If you take Aaron Rodgers out of that division, who's the favorite?
Depends who the Vikings get in as quarterback, right?
If it's still Kirk Kitson Cousins or what's going on?
Because if you – that team, if they had made the playoffs last year with that talent, could have done some damage. But they lost so many close games, and Cousins spit the bit at the worst possible time. He is the definition of anti-clutch and late. He can't beat. He's like 7-28 against playoff teams, right? Career-wise, it's incredible. He looks so good at times.
Yeah.
And
you know who else we can say that about?
Go.
Matt Stafford.
Good
what
point.
was his record in Detroit against good teams?
Yeah.
Went somewhere else. Good coach, good talent. He's a champion now. Trade Saquon and never draft a running back in the first round again. I don't know who said that. That should be a T-shirt.
Dead on. Saquon's production has gone down considerably. Every year. How about this trade? I don't know how it would work financially and structurally. Saquon for McCaffrey.
I don't know what the dead money would be either way.
But that's more. That could be a lateral move.
That'd be a good baseball trade. I don't know if it works in football with the cap the way it is.
Yeah, I just threw two names out there for guys who were not sure. McCaffrey's another guy for Carolina whose workload is starting to rear its ugly head on his body.
I think I was talking to you about this the other day. Is you got to look at that college workload when they come into the league. Myles Gaskins, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was great this year.
But what's his durability?
Look at his touches at Wisconsin. It's ridiculous. They put a saddle on him and rode him in the Derby.
Yeah.
And now the Colts are doing the same thing. So we're a few years away from Jonathan Taylor kind of being worn out. Yep. Nothing against the kid. I think he's talented as hell.
It's a tough position on the body.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, Kim, lots of back feed, I know. Kim,
Nope, we're working on all that.
Yep.
We'll have headphones. So when we come here Thursday, we'll have our headphones on, and
it's very echoey. Yes, it's like a cave in here. There's bats flying around. There's moths hanging from the ceiling.
I think it's just in Canada. It's like that.
Echoey.
The Americans aren't complaining.
Border war. Yeah, so we'll be here Thursday doing the same thing, another run, and we'll click in like this too. So we'll let you know through the social. But this is all in preparation for Friday's extravaganza with the one and only Sean Thornton as he's promoting his new book with us. He'll be here from 5 to 10 on the air with Buddy and I. Little podcast from about 5 to approximately 5:45, give or take. Asking questions about the book and his experience. And,
I wrote up 3 good questions I have.
Are they all book related?
Do you like ducks or pigeons?
Right.
We're going deep.
That's a good one. I don't know how.
Do you know anybody from Idaho?
I hope we can follow it because I don't know how to follow that.
Do you know anybody from Idaho?
Yep.
Have you ever played against anybody from
Right.
Idaho? And who's your favorite Denver Bronco of all time?
I like that.
But you can't say Elway.
I was going to ask who the first Arena Football League All-Star team was.
Yeah. Do you know the Iowa Barnstormers? Yeah.
That would be, they have a Hall of Fame quarterback who used to play for them, right? And what's his name? Yeah, that's.
I don't remember. Yeah.
That's
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner. Anyway, Laura says, keep this in mind for Halloween, all the echoes. I like that. Good idea.
Yeah, we'll record it and scare the kids.
We could.
I don't even know if kids trick or treated the house. No, they didn't this year. But I had the lights out for the Patch Chargers game. So
There you go. Yeah,
and
you're
Stark barking at the
Is
door.
that one of your fetishes? You like to watch football in the dark? Wow.
It's nice. Just tell
That's it.
everybody everything about me.
I know. Sorry, guys.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to let the host wrap it up.
Yep.
We'll be back Thursday
Anyone
with
who's trying,
headphones.
Yep. Anyone trying to, thanks so much for the feedback because we need the feedback to talk about the feedback that we're giving you. So hopefully a little bit less feedback so you won't get any more feedback on the feedback that we won't have Friday. See what I'm saying? So we'll be on Thursday around the same time, little dry run with hopefully less feedback, but we're remedying it. And we thank you all for your input and letting us know where we stand and telling us our dreaded glitches, if you will. But hey, keep us up on the social as everyone here does. And we are looking forward to Friday. We are less than 72 hours, and we'll be about 10 minutes into our interview about 72 hours from now. So,
And last thing again, anybody,
there you go.
John Haggerty, Mass State Trooper, who pulled these people out of the house fire, period. He's a VIP here Friday if he wants a night out. All right? We take care of the heroes around here. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care, man. That was a good move with that. Doing that, buddy.
I'm glad you didn't sit on my lap.